A stillness blankets your world, Capricorn, dense and quiet, yet alive with the subtle movements of unseen forces. The air seems heavier, charged with currents that your mind has long sensed, but could not name. Mountains rise in the distance, jagged and imposing, each peak a symbol of the trials you have endured, the patience you have cultivated, and the discipline that marks every choice you have ever made. Beneath these stones, hidden paths wind unseen, corridors shaped by your persistence and quiet endurance. Follow this message if it's pulling at you, for the currents that have guided your preparation are stirring, aligning with precision, signaling that the material object you have long desired is nearing the threshold of your life. Shadows stretch across the path you have walked, twisting and curling with memories of closed doors, deferred desires, and opportunities that once seemed lost. Each step you took, each decision you quietly made in solitude has not been wasted. Biblical echoes hum softly beneath the surface. Joseph, forgotten and imprisoned, holding dreams that would transform nations. David, hiding in caves, unrecognized, yet positioned for kingship. Esther, waiting in silence for the precise moment to act. These stories are not distant. They are blueprints of alignment, reflections of the same quiet preparation and unseen forces that shape your own journey. A storm gathers along the horizon, not one of chaos, but of unseen energy, moving currents, and clearing channels for the arrival of what you have been seeking. The key you carry, small and unassuming, vibrates faintly in your hand, responding to the readiness you have cultivated over years of quiet labor. Real-life stories mirror this rhythm. Warren Buffett, patiently observing markets before striking with precision. Oprah Winfrey, transforming subtle openings into decades of influence. Elon Musk, detecting the unseen currents in a sea of noise and acting decisively. Each story reflects your Capricorn energy, patience, foresight, and discipline, tuning you to the frequency of sudden, transformative arrival. The corridors of your life hum softly, alive with currents invisible to the untrained eye. Every shadowed hallway, every locked door, every mountain endured has been shaping the precise space where sudden manifestation will appear. The storm above pulses with rhythm, echoing the quiet tension in your chest, each beat synchronized with the universe's preparation for what is to come. Historical parallels emerge. Thomas Edison, failing thousands of times before achieving the perfect alignment of invention. Alexander the Great, navigating unknown lands and storms, reading subtle signs to transform risk into empire. Your path mirrors this archetype, each patient pause, every careful calculation, aligning you with the unseen convergence. Real-life echoes intensify in the corners of perception. Beyoncé transforming quiet preparation into sudden creative domination. Denzel Washington stepping into a role that defined his legacy. Oprah turning subtle signals into tangible power. Each narrative resonates with your Capricorn traits, teaching the rhythm of patience, observation, and readiness. Shadows twist into guidance rather than concealment. Storms pulse with orchestrated energy, and the key in your hand insists with subtle urgency. If your spirit feels this awakening, remain close, for the alignment is closer than the eye can see, coiling quietly beneath the surface. The mountain beneath your feet begins to shift, imperceptibly at first, forming pathways where obstacles once blocked your journey. The corridors extend, infinite and winding, each door shimmering faintly with the promise of opportunity. Shadows pulse with faint guidance, the storm thrums with the energy of clearing, and the key hums with life, vibrating in time with the unseen currents of manifestation. Every sacrifice endured, every late night spent in quiet work, every patience-tested decision converges into this lattice of readiness, perfectly tuned to receive the material object you have long visualized and quietly prayed for. Psychological tension coils within, the familiar Capricorn caution wrestling with an urgent pull to act. Every shadow that once obscured now marks subtle signposts, every storm pulses in perfect rhythm, guiding the path. Historical and real-life narratives continue to unfold in mind's eye. Warren Buffett, waiting for the exact alignment of insight and opportunity. Beyoncé, sensing the exact moment to act on preparation. Elon Musk, moving when the currents of time and innovation meet. Your discipline, foresight, and meticulous patience have formed a resonance that signals the approach of sudden acquisition. Air thickens with anticipation, The corridors vibrate with energy, the storm pulses in harmony with your rhythm, and the key in your hand hums with unmistakable insistence. The mountains bend subtly beneath your feet, forming hidden bridges across previously impassable obstacles. Every patient night, every calculated effort, every burden quietly carried has aligned to this precise moment. The shadows whisper guidance, doors hum faintly with promise, and the currents of unseen forces converge toward a singular point. The material object, long visualized, long awaited, hovers just beyond perception, its presence sensed but not yet revealed. The energy intensifies, winding through corridors of possibility, threading between shadows and peaks, vibrating in response to your prepared spirit. Biblical resonance deepens, Solomon receiving wisdom and wealth in perfect divine alignment, Joseph elevated suddenly to authority, the Israelites receiving provision in precise timing. Each archetype mirrors your own journey, Capricorn, the mountains, storms, shadows, and locked doors all serving as instruments to hone readiness, shape resilience, and ensure that when the arrival occurs, it cannot be ignored. Every corridor hums with latent potential. The key vibrates with life in your hand, alive and aware of the alignment. Storms pulse rhythmically, clearing channels for manifestation. Shadows twist subtly to guide rather than obscure. Historical archetypes, real-life examples, and biblical patterns converge, patient preparation meeting divine timing. Every step, every sacrifice, every act of discipline has formed a resonance in the universe that now calls the material object forward. Follow this message if it's pulling at you, for the final alignment is drawing near, subtle yet inevitable, a threshold poised to deliver the unexpected. The mountains bend further, forming hidden bridges that were imperceptible moments before. The storm above thrums in harmony with currents of manifestation. Corridors stretch endlessly, every shadow and flicker of light marking thresholds. The key pulses urgently, insisting on readiness, alive with purpose. Real-life examples resonate with uncanny accuracy. Opera transforming small openings into legacy-defining success, Elon Musk reading currents invisible to others, Thomas Edison aligning persistence and insight to birth invention. Your Capricorn energy resonates with these archetypes, attuned to subtle signs and ready to act when alignment and opportunity intersect. The air thickens, humming with currents that vibrate along the contours of shadow and light. The storm pulses rhythmically, the mountain bends, corridors pulse with hidden energy, and the key insists with life. Every patient night, every carefully measured choice, every burden silently endured has coalesced into a perfect lattice of readiness. The material object you have desired, imagined, and patiently waited for hovers just beyond perception, waiting to be drawn into your life. Historical and biblical patterns echo, patient endurance aligning with sudden elevation, preparation meeting divine opportunity, shadows giving way to revelation. Shadows pulse with guidance, not concealment. The storm thrums in alignment, clearing pathways. The key vibrates urgently in your hand, alive with purpose. Every mountain endured, every corridor navigated, every patient sacrifice converges here, Capricorn, at the threshold of sudden manifestation. Real-life stories pulse alongside your experience. Beyoncé stepping into opportunity at the precise moment, Denzel Washington claiming legacy with one pivotal role, Warren Buffett capturing wealth at the exact alignment. Your preparation mirrors theirs, your readiness tunes to the precise frequency. The corridor extends endlessly, doors shimmer faintly, mountains bend, storms pulse, and the key in your hand thrums insistently. The universe presses softly, yet undeniably against your shoulders. Every burden carried in silence, every patient night, every careful step in alignment with destiny has formed a lattice tuned to manifestation. The material object, long desired and imagined, hovers at the periphery of perception. Biblical, historical, and real-life archetypes converge, whispering the pattern of sudden arrival. The door shivers faintly, responding to the vibration of the key in your hand. Shadows twist with purpose, the storm above hums in quiet rhythm, and mountains beneath bend subtly to form hidden paths. Every late night, every careful decision, every sacrifice endured silently has prepared the precise space for this moment. The material object hovers just beyond perception, poised for sudden arrival, the energy coiling like a spring ready to release. Your Capricorn discipline, foresight, and patience have tuned you to this exact moment, and the currents of unseen forces thrumming through the corridors, mountains, and shadows are now aligning perfectly. The chamber beyond shimmers with invisible promise, shadows twist across the floor, the storm pauses at its edges, and the key thrums with insistent life. Every act of preparation, every quiet night of endurance, every patient decision has converged to form a lattice of alignment. Mountains, storms, shadows, corridors all serve as instruments to shape readiness, focus, and anticipation. The material object, long imagined and visualized, hovers at the threshold. Your hand lifts, poised to turn the key, and the air vibrates with unstoppable, ancient energy, signaling that the sudden, transformative arrival is imminent, coiling just beyond the door, ready to manifest in a moment of prophetic revelation. The door quivers, shadows twist with anticipation, the storm hums in perfect rhythm, and the key pulses with undeniable insistence. Destiny presses softly yet undeniably against your shoulders. Corridors vibrate with unseen currents, mountains bend beneath your feet, and the material object you have long desired shimmers faintly beyond perception. Every trial, every burden, every patient night has aligned perfectly for this arrival. In the suspended breath before your hand completes the turn, energy coils, alive, insistent, and unstoppable, poised to deliver the long-awaited, transformative manifestation, ready to reveal itself in a moment of prophetic clarity. A dense stillness blankets the path before you, Capricorn, heavier than the quiet of midnight, yet charged with currents that hum beneath perception, guiding what has long been prepared. Shadows bend and twist, stretching along corridors that feel infinite, doors lining the walls like sentinels of fate, some locked, others ajar, waiting for recognition. Every footstep you take resonates against stones shaped by patience, perseverance, and disciplined endurance. Follow this message if it's pulling at you, for the unseen forces that have shaped your journey are now converging with unprecedented precision, and the material object you have long visualized moves silently toward you, carried on currents only those who have labored quietly can perceive. The mountains that once seemed immovable now shimmer faintly, their jagged peaks softened by the whisper of alignment. Each ascent you have endured, each night spent in quiet preparation, has tuned your senses to the frequency of timing. Shadows lengthen and retract, marking invisible thresholds and guiding the steps of those who have learned to see with patience, not haste. Biblical resonance hums faintly, Joseph's dreams, interpreted and fulfilled despite the prison walls, Moses observing signs before leading his people through the wilderness, Esther quietly positioned for the moment when intervention would shift destiny. These echoes are not distant. They breathe in your path, Capricorn, whispering that patience is not passivity, it is preparation. The storm above pulses with rhythm, a hidden pulse of opportunity clearing channels once blocked, stirring the air with quiet insistence. The key in your hand, ordinary in appearance, yet alive with energy, vibrates faintly, responding to the readiness you have cultivated over years. Historical examples mirror this cadence. Thomas Edison enduring failure after failure until the perfect moment of invention, Alexander navigating storms and betrayal to claim empire, Warren Buffett observing unnoticed currents until the alignment of timing and insight yields fortune. The currents move around you, subtle yet decisive, threading through shadows, corridors, and mountains, shaping the precise space where sudden manifestation will arrive. Every shadow along your journey has been a teacher, every closed door a guide, every storm a test of resilience. Real-life stories appear in sharp relief, Oprah Winfrey seizing opportunities that others overlooked, transforming subtle openings into lifelong influence, Beyoncé turning patient preparation into undeniable moments of creative dominance, Elon Musk reading currents invisible to others, acting decisively when alignment ripens. Your Capricorn energy resonates with these archetypes, your meticulous patience, foresight, and endurance forming the frequency that attracts the unseen hand, moving the material object toward your grasp. If your spirit feels this awakening, remain close, for the currents now coil with urgency beneath the surface. The corridors of possibility stretch endlessly, illuminated by faint pulses of unseen energy. The storm thrums in rhythm with your heartbeat, clearing paths previously obscured. Shadows twist and bend with intention, the mountains shift imperceptibly beneath your feet, and the key vibrates in your hand, alive and insistent. Every quiet night of labor, every calculated decision, every burden carried alone converges here, shaping a lattice of readiness attuned to sudden acquisition. The air vibrates with anticipation, the moment of arrival hovering just beyond perception, a presence felt yet not yet claimed. The psychological tension coils, familiar Capricorn caution wrestling with rising urgency. The shadows that once concealed now mark thresholds, the storm pulses with orchestrated energy, and the key insists on recognition. Biblical and historical archetypes echo, Solomon receiving wisdom and wealth, Joseph elevated to authority, the Israelites provisioned precisely in timing, each a reflection of the invisible alignment now at work in your life. Real-life examples punctuate this rhythm. Warren Buffett waiting for the perfect market alignment, Denzel Washington stepping into a defining role, Oprah transforming subtle opportunity into empire. Each example mirrors the path you have walked, the careful tuning of readiness to opportunity. Air thickens with energy, vibrating along corridors and mountains, threading through shadows, stirring the key in your hand. Every burden, every night of patient labor, every precise choice converges here, coalescing into a lattice of readiness attuned to sudden manifestation. The material object, long desired and imagined, hovers faintly beyond perception, its arrival imminent yet unseen. Historical, biblical, and real-life archetypes resonate, patient endurance meeting sudden elevation, careful preparation aligning with divinely timed opportunity, shadows bending to reveal the path when recognition and readiness converge. Mountains bend subtly to form hidden bridges, corridors extend and twist infinitely, doors shimmer faintly with potential, shadows pulse with guidance, and the storm thunders softly, clearing unseen obstacles. The key thrums in your hand, alive with insistence, responding to years of preparation. Every act of disciplined labor, every patient night, every silent sacrifice has tuned your spirit to the frequency of arrival. Follow this message if it's pulling at you, for the forces that have been quietly orchestrating your path are now converging, and the threshold of manifestation looms, tangible yet elusive. The storm pulses more insistently, shadows stretch and twist with direction, corridors hum with latent energy, mountains bend imperceptibly, and the key in your hand thrums with undeniable life. Every careful choice, every act of patience, every silent endurance converges toward a precise alignment. Real-life mirrors whisper in subtle ways, Beyoncé seizing perfect creative timing, Elon Musk acting decisively on hidden currents, Oprah transforming overlooked opportunities into empire. The material object is not yet revealed, but hovers, energized, and aligned with your readiness, waiting for the moment when preparation and timing meet. The corridors seem to breathe, extending infinitely, doors shimmer faintly with hidden promise, shadows pulse rhythmically, the storm hums with orchestrated energy, and the key vibrates in your hand, alive with purpose. Every patient night, every silent sacrifice, every carefully calculated step has formed a lattice that now holds the potential for sudden manifestation. The air grows thick with anticipation, each breath charged with unseen currents, the material object poised at the edge of perception. Your Capricorn discipline, foresight, and endurance resonate perfectly with these currents, attuned to the subtle rhythms that precede sudden arrival. The chamber beyond quivers faintly, shadows twist with purpose, the storm pauses at its edges, and the key thrums insistently. Every act of preparation, every quiet night, every patient decision converges to form a perfect lattice of alignment. Mountains, storms, corridors, shadows, all instruments shaping readiness and expectation. The material object hovers just beyond perception, poised for sudden arrival. Biblical and historical patterns resonate, patient preparation meeting divine opportunity, endurance aligning with sudden elevation, shadows giving way to revelation. Remain connected here, your path is shifting, and the final alignment coils in anticipation, ready to deliver in a moment of prophetic manifestation. The door trembles in response to the key in your hand, shadows twist with quiet urgency, the storm hums in synchrony, and the mountains bend imperceptibly beneath your feet. Every burden, every night of labor, every precise choice has aligned perfectly for this threshold of manifestation. The material object, long awaited and imagined, hovers just beyond recognition. Your hand lifts, poised to act, and energy coils around you, alive, insistent, unstoppable, ready to release sudden, transformative fulfillment, held suspended in the quiet space before revelation. The corridor pulses with unseen currents, doors shimmer faintly, shadows twist rhythmically, storms hum softly, and the key thrums insistently in your hand. Every sacrifice, every patient night, every careful calculation converges into a lattice of readiness. Historical, biblical, and real-life archetypes converge. Patience meeting sudden elevation, careful preparation meeting unseen opportunity, shadows bending to reveal the path at the precise moment. The material object hovers just beyond perception, charged with energy, waiting for recognition. In the suspended moment before your hand turns the key, the currents coil around you, alive, insistent, and unstoppable, poised to deliver the transformative manifestation that has been quietly orchestrated, ready to reveal itself in a moment of prophetic clarity. The storm pulses in synchrony with invisible currents, shadows twist purposefully across the floor, mountains bend subtly, corridors extend endlessly, and the key vibrates urgently in your hand. Every act of discipline, every night spent in patient labor, every burden endured quietly has formed the precise lattice that now hums with readiness. The material object you have long desired shimmers faintly just beyond perception, poised for sudden arrival. Historical, biblical, and real-life echoes pulse in alignment. Joseph elevated in perfect timing, Solomon receiving wealth and wisdom, Beyoncé stepping into creative power, Elon Musk acting decisively on unseen currents. The energy coils, electric and alive, waiting for the moment of recognition that will release the manifestation poised before you. The air thickens, corridors vibrate with invisible energy, doors shimmer faintly, shadows twist to mark thresholds, storms pulse in perfect rhythm, and the key thrums insistently. Every act of preparation, every careful step, every silent sacrifice has formed the lattice now holding the potential for sudden manifestation. The material object hovers, vibrating faintly in alignment with your patience, endurance, and foresight. Your Capricorn traits, discipline, prudence, and vision, resonate perfectly with the currents converging. The moment of arrival is imminent, coiled tightly in anticipation, the energy vibrating around you, silent yet unstoppable, ready to release transformative fulfillment in a prophetic instant. The corridor breathes, mountains bend subtly, storms pulse rhythmically, shadows twist with deliberate intent, and the key vibrates insistently in your hand. Every late night, every patient act of preparation, every careful choice converges into a lattice of alignment. The material object, long desired, hovers just beyond perception, waiting for recognition and action. Historical and biblical archetypes resonate alongside your own journey. Patient preparation meeting sudden opportunity, endurance yielding divine timing, shadows clearing to reveal the path. Follow this message if it's pulling at you, for the final convergence of forces coils in anticipation, ready to deliver sudden, transformative arrival in the space between now and revelation. The storm hums with orchestrated rhythm, shadows twist purposefully, corridors extend infinitely, mountains bend imperceptibly, and the key in your hand thrums with urgency. Every act of discipline, every night of quiet preparation, every burden carried in patience has aligned perfectly to this threshold. The material object you have imagined hovers just beyond the edge of perception, poised to enter your life. Biblical, historical, and real-life echoes reinforce the pattern. Joseph's elevation, Solomon's wisdom and wealth, Oprah's transformation of subtle opportunity into empire. Energy coils around you, alive, insistent, and unstoppable, suspended at the cusp of prophetic manifestation, waiting for the precise instant when the threshold will release the reward. The door quivers in response to the key, shadows twist and pulse with direction, storms hum softly in rhythm with invisible currents, and mountains bend subtly beneath your feet. Every careful step, every night spent in patient labor, every burden endured silently converges into a lattice attuned to sudden manifestation. The material object hovers faintly just beyond recognition, charged with energy and aligned perfectly with your readiness. Your Capricorn discipline, foresight, and endurance resonate with these currents. In the suspended breath before your hand completes the turn, the invisible energies coil, alive, insistent, and unstoppable, poised to deliver the transformative manifestation that has been quietly orchestrated for this exact moment. The corridor vibrates softly, doors shimmer faintly, shadows pulse rhythmically, storms hum with deliberate energy, mountains bend subtly, and the key vibrates insistently. Every act of preparation, every patient night, every calculated decision forms the lattice of readiness. The material object you desire hovers just beyond perception, alive with energy, aligned with patience, foresight, and endurance. Historical, biblical, and real-life echoes resonate. Joseph elevated at the perfect time, Beyoncé stepping into creative dominance, Elon Musk acting decisively on unseen currents. The energy coils, poised, alive, insistent, waiting for the prophetic instant when the long-awaited manifestation will finally reveal itself. The storm pulses in rhythm with unseen currents, shadows twist purposefully, corridors extend endlessly, mountains bend imperceptibly, and the key thrums urgently in your hand. Every sacrifice, every patient night, every careful decision converges into a lattice of alignment. The material object hovers just beyond perception, vibrating faintly with the promise of sudden arrival. Biblical, historical, and real-life archetypes echo. Solomon receiving wisdom and wealth, Joseph elevated to authority, Beyoncé seizing opportunity at perfect timing, Elon Musk acting decisively. Energy coils around you, alive, insistent, unstoppable, suspended in anticipation, waiting for the prophetic moment when the manifestation will finally unfold. The corridors pulse with unseen energy, doors shimmer faintly, shadows twist with purpose, storms hum in rhythm, mountains bend subtly, and the key in your hand vibrates with insistence. Every act of discipline, every patient night, every burden silently carried converges into a lattice ready to receive sudden manifestation. The material object hovers just beyond perception, poised for arrival. Historical, biblical, and real-life echoes align. Joseph elevated in perfect timing, opera transforming subtle opportunity into empire, Elon Musk seizing the unseen currents, Beyoncé stepping into her moment. The energy coils around you, alive and insistent, waiting for the moment of prophetic revelation when the long-awaited transformation will be unveiled. The storm hums with rhythm, shadows twist, corridors extend infinitely, mountains bend subtly, and the key thrums insistently in your hand. Every patient act, every quiet night, every careful decision forms the lattice aligned to manifestation. The material object hovers just beyond perception, alive with energy, awaiting recognition. Biblical, historical, and real-life echoes converge. Joseph elevated at perfect timing, Solomon receiving wealth and wisdom, opera transforming opportunity into empire, Beyoncé seizing the moment. Energy coils tightly around you, insistent and unstoppable, suspended in anticipation, ready to release sudden, transformative fulfillment in a moment of prophetic clarity. The door quivers in response to the key, shadows pulse with intent, storms hum rhythmically, mountains bend subtly, corridors stretch infinitely, and the key vibrates insistently. Every sacrifice, every patient night, every calculated choice has formed the precise lattice for sudden manifestation. The material object hovers faintly beyond perception, alive with energy, aligned perfectly with your readiness. Your Capricorn traits, discipline, foresight, endurance, resonate with these currents. In the suspended breath before your hand completes the turn, the invisible energies coil, alive, insistent, unstoppable, poised to deliver the transformative manifestation that has been quietly orchestrated for this precise moment. The corridor pulses softly with unseen currents, doors shimmer faintly, shadows twist with purpose, storms hum in alignment, mountains bend subtly, and the key vibrates urgently in your hand. Every patient night. Every act of discipline, every silent burden converges into a lattice aligned for sudden manifestation. The material object hovers just beyond perception, charged with energy, ready to arrive. Historical, biblical, and real-life echoes align. Joseph elevated in perfect timing, Beyoncé seizing her moment, Elon Musk acting decisively, opera transforming subtle openings into empire. Energy coils tightly around you, insistent and alive, poised for the prophetic instant when the long-awaited manifestation will finally appear. The storm pulses in synchrony with invisible currents, shadows twist with intent, corridors extend infinitely, mountains bend imperceptibly, and the key thrums urgently. Every patient night, every careful decision, every sacrifice silently carried has converged into a lattice of readiness. The material object you have long desired shimmers faintly just beyond recognition, poised to enter your life. Biblical, historical, and real-life echoes reinforce the pattern. Joseph's elevation, Solomon's wisdom and wealth, opera transforming subtle opportunity into empire. The energy coils around you, alive, insistent, and unstoppable, suspended at the cusp of prophetic manifestation, ready to release the reward at the precise instant. The door quivers in response to the key, shadows twist purposefully, the storm hums softly, mountains bend imperceptibly, and corridors pulse with unseen energy. Every act of discipline, every patient night, every careful choice has aligned perfectly to this threshold. The material object hovers just beyond perception, alive with energy, aligned with your readiness. Your Capricorn discipline, foresight, and endurance resonate with these currents. In the suspended breath before your hand turns the key, energy coils, alive, insistent, unstoppable, poised to deliver the transformative manifestation that has been quietly orchestrated, ready to reveal itself in a moment of prophetic clarity. The corridor vibrates softly, doors shimmer faintly, shadows twist with rhythm, storms hum with deliberate energy, mountains bend subtly, and the key vibrates insistently in your hand. Every act of preparation, every patient night, every careful calculation forms the lattice of readiness. The material object you desire hovers just beyond perception, alive with energy, aligned with patience, foresight, and endurance. Historical, biblical, and real-life echoes resonate. Joseph elevated at perfect timing, Beyoncé stepping into creative dominance, Elon Musk acting decisively on unseen currents. The energy coils, poised, alive, insistent, waiting for the prophetic instant when the long-awaited manifestation will finally reveal itself. The storm pulses in rhythm with unseen currents, shadows twist purposefully, corridors extend endlessly, mountains bend imperceptibly, and the key thrums urgently in your hand. Every sacrifice, every patient night, every careful decision converges into a lattice of alignment. The material object hovers just beyond perception, vibrating faintly with the promise of sudden arrival. Biblical, historical, and real-life archetypes echo. Solomon receiving wisdom and wealth, Joseph elevated to authority, Beyoncé seizing opportunity at perfect timing.